Terrorists win.
Well, there we go. I guess that is a good problem to have. We'll see if we can avoid talking about Legos. A little bit more about Faze and Mouseports here. I'm super excited for this game. We're on Mirage, and we're not going to get any time to intro anything. They've already thrown the grenades. They're going to be coming up the A ramp right towards the A bomb site. Rain with a long distance shot there with the early CT pistol. Woxy going to get one, and Chris able to pick up Nico. A couple of missed shots there.
Oh yeah, that is heartbreaking because I think Nico got into a perfect position. I don't know how he wasn't spotted, but especially that kill from Rain. You thought it would keep the attention off of him. He's going to have to try and retake. Two players, top connector, and him and Olaf have combined for both of those. And Robson and Kerrigan now stuck in a really difficult spot, and they've got to hustle to get into cover.
A little bit of damage, and Neo will follow it up, and Rob's no chance at all. A triple kill here for the Norwegian player in Rain. And in pistol rounds, I mean, he's just always good, isn't he?
I wouldn't say always. There was a time, surely, but I think he dropped off, it feels like, this year. Until just now, apparently.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's back, yeah. Well, I mean, they just mentioned it is part of the issue that FaZe has had. The reason why I haven't been able to get like super behind this lineup recently over the past year is they strike me as like very much of what we talked about North. Like their players are obviously have great legacies and great historical impact on the scene, but they seem to like be lacking confidence these days in making plays and making moves across the map, and they seem very stagnant at times. So that's what I'm hoping we see some kind of adjustment from these guys, is whether they deathmatch individually, whether they have so much confidence in the team, but you want to see guys like Olaf and Rain and Guardian, especially with the AWP, go for plays, make things happen on the map, establish your dominance that we know you can. And here's Rain, top middle, he's found 2 kills and the bomb.
It does feel like it is a bit of a waste if you're going to have that much firepower on a team, if you're going to, you know, hold it back and sort of rein it in.
Ooh. Brought all the gold to the major.
Yeah.
Spent those 3 weeks writing down lines. Oh, that's a great headshot from Frozen, and this is dangerous now. Rain, he's going to have 4 chance for an ace in this second round. Oh my god. Frozen's done it again.
Yeah. Flashed and everything, walking right into that one. So actually, that's a ridiculously expensive round for FaZe. Didn't seem like it had to be.
No, it really didn't. Especially, I mean, you had a 5-on-3 against, you know, unarmored deagles mostly, and you had the bomb down as well. Great shots from Frozen. Find something positive out of that scenario, and the reinvestment from FaZe, you're right, it's going to hurt. Mouseports have a full buy. Woxic has the AWP as well. He's also got his mouse.
He's got that problem's been resolved. I'm glad. I was noticing that, and I couldn't help but think there's a lot of unnecessary drama around this. Really, I don't know what to say. I wrote it out of my mind fairly quickly. Third round going to be coming up here. There is an AWP on Woxic. He's got no grenades, no head armor. Chris actually the one charging. Oh, he's going to be running right in. Oh, that's so aggressive, and Neo just doesn't see it coming, and he's going to follow up. What a beautiful way to win a round, yeah.
I think Neo thought that Olaf was going to have him covered a little bit better. That might be why that was a bit crazy, but I could not believe the jump spot comes in. Chris knows he's been spotted. They still push forward. They were so committed to that B-bomb site. That was ride or die based off what Chris gave you.
Can I just... There's like a... There's a difference when you're doing that jump spot between whether or not, let's say, you're jumping towards the truck or towards the bomb side.
Okay.
And I feel like the issue is if you jump towards the truck, the advantage you get is that you're visible for such a shorter time. But the difficulty also is that you actually are running into a corner where, again, if they rush you and you do it at the wrong time, because it's like you're just doing it on interval, right? So you could be jump spotting them just as they turn the corner, and then you have time to run and it's fine. Or, you know, you could be doing it as they're actually already up the hallway, and then you're stuck in the corner, right? But if you do it the other way, you're more visible, but at least you're already on your way away from the potential rush. So I feel like there's some sort of like stylistic difference, and sometimes I always think about it, and whenever it goes wrong, I notice, and obviously all the times that it goes right, it just slips out of my memory. But I always think like, man, people...
That's a good description of Counter-Strike in general.
Yeah, it is. I remember that one time where it really worked.
Yeah, that one time, and that's going to influence all my decisions.
Pretty much.
Well, Guardian has a scout towards top mid. Doesn't spot anything. Rops over towards the A-bomb site, is the only member of Mousesports on that side of the map. It's a 3-man take of top mid, and Chris J again applying some pressure, albeit in a different way with utility.
Yeah, it looked like Neo was about to walk into that grenade, but successfully went the other way. Still pretty aggressive play from Chris early on. Just being here, and if he can do that for the first early rounds, just trying to be aggressive like that, that could even impact Faze feeling about what it's like to defend that B-bomb site.
There's very little information for Faze in middle of the Olaf against this wall. He had a chance there. Frozen's going to turn the corner, an easy kill. Instant headshot and cleanup for Olaf, but he never saw Kerrigan get in towards connector. Did not expect that position, and that goes to just lack of information in that part of the map. Nico was here and he's coming back, but Catwalk is so exposed and Neo is caught out in the open. Nico, if he wants to go for this, it has to be some kind of insanity. And now it's just a save call. Follow-up kill from Chris J secures the B-bomb site and secures the round.
Yeah, he really called that bluff right there, Chris. Spotting through the box, Guardian thinking about it. He only has the scout, but still doesn't really want to stick a round. So that was nice. Good job on Mouseports, getting that mid control and then wrapping the B-bomb site through Catwalk and the hallways. So
I think this matchup makes me so excited, and for a number of different reasons. I think one, the obvious one, is like always like the I guess it would be like a vengeance arc where Kerrigan formerly with this team, then cut, and now he's going back up against him. That's the easy one. I also like the idea that Faze, in a way, in a sense, is almost like looking like into the past with all these like this young international star team of all these young players that are predicted to become like the next crop of like star players. In its own way, this Mousesports team is kind of a super team, and it's just like, you know, Faze of 2 years ago that they're playing against. Like wild individual skill, a little bit untamed tactically still.
What's like a good like movie reference to build that like revenge arc? Is it like some Star Wars stuff, or it's like
it's probably anime? I think would be
anime.
It's almost like I'm not much of an anime person. I don't either, but it feels like
Star Wars was like, you know, sort of like the old master in Kerrigan, and then, you know, the young.
Okay, so you're saying in this Kerrigan is what he would be?
He'd be Obi-Wan, wouldn't he?
Okay.
And then Nico on the other side.
Darth Vader?
No high ground advantage. Nothing like that. Yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. 5th round, though.
Well, it's certainly going to be better than any of the recent Star Wars movies.
You can't really argue with that, can you? This is a cool boost, and you can see that they did not see it coming at all. Kerrigan going down. That's just peeping through the window, Moses. It's usually frowned upon, but this time it's fine.
Well, they've got to be careful because the bomb is so committed. You could see Chris, he's sticking around for quite some time here. A dangerous spot, but he does have Woxic with him, and that kill on Rops opens up the other side of the map. So the full rotation going to start coming in, but the bomb still is going to go into a pretty heavily congested area, and Neo is right above. He can hear all these footsteps.
Yeah, they definitely know that someone's running. Now they're going to try and see if they can make their way back a little bit. Olofmeister's picked up an AK-47 from that early kill, though. So that's a bit of a problem. Nice shot from Rain to take down Robs, and it feels like now Mousesports are just running back and forth across the map and not really achieving that much at the moment. Maybe Frozen making his way onto the A side could be the difference here. Guardian almost looking the wrong way. He could have fallen right back into him. There's the big kill, but I think he's going to get shot at the back any second now. Slowly trying to clear this all out, and he's going to almost turn for it there. That could have been close, and now weirdly, it's just one player left on the B-bomb side, and that was Olofmeister. He could maybe have had both of them, and it's a one-on-one.
The Guardian could have gone multiple different directions, so Woxic has to find the information before really committed. He had a chance for that pick. Oh, a follow-up one, and right out of the sky. Guardian trying to come through the window. 3-2 in the favor of Mousesports. A close victory in that round.
That's not bad at all, is it? I was really worried when they were starting to go back towards the B-bomb side again. Olaf had picked up that A47. I could tell that was going to be...
There was a lot of indecision in that round for Mousesports.
Yeah. They do pull it through, and in the 6th round, still, we do have the rifles picked up on Faze. Lacking some head armor, no defuse kits or anything else like that. So it's going to be a round where they're under a fair bit of pressure. And actually, if they lose this round and their economy breaks, that's going to be already the beginning of a pretty good first half for Mouse. So a lot rides on this right now if you're Faze, I would say.
When you have to be happy, obviously you don't know just yet. 3 players stacked up in the A-bomb site. Nico nearby as well, and it seems like it's a 5-man set piece for Mousesports towards A, but Kerrigan's going to call an audible. They're going to readjust across the map, leaving 3 players here. Bomb going back as well, and they could just actually be, you know, clearing any kind of aggression in the B halls and head back towards A at the end of this. Yet to make a decision still as they go for a delayed mid-take. At least get some presence there.
Yeah, it never really feels good when you have sort of, mid and B unoccupied on the T side for that long, and you just don't know if they're pushing. Because if Rain was pushing top mid like he's been in some other rounds, then he would have called that in and said, "There's absolutely nobody here." So you actually do, after a while, have to go and check. And you might have been right, actually. Put the problem back to A. I think, Moses, you've got it. You called it.
They just wanted to make sure no pressure, no one cutting the map in half. They're still going to go into a stack, which I think that's designed to prevent. They want to be able to deny the information so that Faze can't have 4 people here.
Oh.
And Nico just now cheating out of the window room.
He saw the shadow there, Rain, so he knew that someone was still going to be at the ramp. 30 seconds left, but they've managed to sneak in through the connector. This is actually pretty huge right now. Kerrigan trying to get in with the flank. Robs is going to be going down, and they're flashing their way through the smoke, and Kerrigan gets shot down as well. That stack for Faze is working out beautifully. 20 seconds, that is not enough time to make it back to the B-bomb site. Even if you run the whole way here, I don't think they're going to be able to make it ever.
They've done a good job as well, Faze, of holding on to utility as well. Smokes in the choke point. Smoke at the top of A ramp made sure that Kerrigan was very alone in his battle at the top of the stairs. No one could help him out to create any kind of a crossfire. So Woxic and Frozen saving the weapons. We still do not have an AWP on Guardian.
Oh, that's interesting. And he actually, I would say, in the last couple of months have had kind of a resurgence of his own with that weapon. So that's really something. But huge and important round for Faze to be winning. 3-3. They're going to tie it all up. And, well, you see the bet scores here. I mean, looking pretty good for Mouseports. It's not bad.
I know. I think I understand that as well, because it feels like Mouseports should be the favorites in this one, just because they've had better, results recently. But this Faze team can still be very dangerous, and everyone kind of waiting with bated breath to see what this boot camp did for them exactly. And actually, Rain's very fortunate to get out of that scenario alive, but Neo is still here, right at the entrance of the underpass.
Gonna get shot down. He had the chance. I think he hit the headshot there, but with the M4, wasn't gonna get the kill. Kerrigan barely surviving that. I like the idea. I mean, it is fun to mix in that underpass aggression.
I think, unfortunately for me, I would never want Neo to be in that position. I think it was just the luck of the spawns.
Yeah.
When it worked out, Neo's not the player I kind of think of in those scenarios. Great pop-flash peek, but even better positioning for Woxic to be able to get away safely.
Yeah, he's going to fall back and just keep an eye on it. Tries for a shot through the wall, but doesn't really do anything. And now he's still playing very much alone over here. Putting some pressure on. Smoke, Molotov, flashbang and a Molotov. I'm not sure that's really going to be selling much of anything. Just keeping one person here. Surely no one's going to be rotating behind this, so almost feels like a bit of a waste at that point in time. Just save those grenades for later. I don't think you're selling anything. Frozen, though. Oh, look at where he's gone. He's moved all the way into the bomb site. That could have been a huge opening. Guardian, incredibly important kill.
That should give the information over, though. It's just one player lurking in towards B, so this A defense better be on alert, and they need to save these nades. It's a good thing they did, because they're playing such a passive defense that they're going to have to retake. Wow. There goes Rain. One nade from Woxic. All of a sudden, just 2 defenders here. This is a huge kill, and Olaf does get it. 3-on-3. Kerrigan low, and the nade just goes a bit far.
That could have been huge, couldn't it? Nico picking up, I believe, his first kill so far. He's going to be going down, and Rops is next in line. The bomb is planted, sure, and Carrie's going to have 1 health. They don't have a smoke or anything, but they do have a defuse kit. If they go on the bomb right now, he's going to lose around without anything, but this is a question of timing. Guardian checking for it. Are they thinking about it?
It depends on if Guardian sticks around and maybe goes back to clear out mid. I don't think they have any idea he's doing this.
Oh, it's so close here. Flashing through. He sees it. The bomb out in the open. And now the low health here on Kerrigan still is a little bit scary. He's now down on the stairs, and he's going to get shot down. Olaf in position for it. It's a very, very long rotate, but with the defuse kit, it's still going to be defused for Faze. They barely win that round. That was actually... I don't know, that was very close.
I mean, this is kind of like almost a silly way to phrase it, but I think Kerrigan would have won that if he had a little bit more health, because you could see he wanted to make that jump in towards window, but he realized, if I miss, never live that one down.
No,
crater in that one-on-one.
It will get you to the front page of Reddit, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but if he had a little bit more health and, was able to kind of take that jump and survive if there was a mistake of some kind, I think that reposition might have just won on the round. 4-3 in the favor of Faze. One other thing I really like, it's not like really matchup specific, but just about this Faze team in general, is how much longer can they, Nico is kind of dropped out of the conversation for best player in the world these days.
Yes.
And I wonder if that pisses him off. I wonder if at a certain point he's just like, listen, I need to be in this conversation. We need to start winning so that, for your own personal glory.
I feel like that. Yeah, I think that could that probably will create a lot of internal pressure at some point. And I don't know, the fact that his cousin Hunter is playing so well. I mean, people have been talking even about that. Like maybe they could find a way to throw them together. I would even enjoy that. I think that would be cool.
Well, Guardian finally gets the AWP in round 8. He takes one shot with it before he is dispatched. Nice job from Chris J.
One shot's usually how it starts, Moses, you know. Just wanted to throw that in for no particular reason.
Oh, Neo might have a big job to do, aggressive in these B halls. What's up? That comes out first. Good kill from Neo. Gonna hold the line. Can't get the follow-up, but does get a dink. Olaf is here, ready and waiting with his own M4.
Good flashbang timing against him. He's going to try and buy some time as Rain will pick up one shot. Nico with the follow-up taking down Woxic, and Olaf is just hiding in here. Yeah, they definitely kind of know that someone's here, but they're just wasting so much time, and that is going to be the rest of Faze rotating in quickly. A beautiful defense for Olaf. Not just the kills, even if you got none of those kills, just the smoke, the lurking around, preventing the defuse, like the kills were almost sort of like an afterthought at that point in time.
Yeah, he really did play that perfectly with his positioning.
The Last Legend, I believe?
The Last Legend.
I think that's fitting.
That's a beautiful nickname.
It is. It maybe not many people share this kind of humor, but there's something funny to me about the fact that at one point Olaf was sort of stuck in like Swedish pub Counter-Strike, and a bunch of people thought he was never going to leave, and it was like, no, who's this Olaf? He's just good at online, you know, like he was actually a whole theme for a while.
That's like a very similar story to pretty much every superstar and every you know, amazing player that we've had. Is always that like moment of doubt where no one just really believes that they could actually do it in a tournament setting. I think it's extra funny with Olaf Meister just because at one point he was the best player in the world, hands down, no question. He could just do things that other people couldn't. We're a bit of a ways away, some time away from that Olaf Meister.
Yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Running onto the bomb site. The bomb trailing quite far behind. I'm guessing they hoped that they could create the space for a bomb plant here towards CT spawn, but no such space created at all. Just being denied. Very passive defense for Faze.
A couple times now, yeah. Outside of that stack where they had 4 players at A, they've been really, really far back towards A, and I wonder if that's something Kerrigan wants to exploit. If he's just saying, we saw them line up for that, you know, full set piece at the A bomb site with all 5 players. Maybe that's something that he's just like, all right, well, let's at least get into the site, get the plant, and see what happens, and you know, throw the rest of it to the retake, to the post-plant situation. Not this round, however. They want to go for mid control as Rops throws the smoke and now heads over towards A. It's Frozen and Woxic for Mouseports to control this, and Nico in connector.
Is he going to be flashed in by anybody? I mean, yeah, I think Olaf has got a flashbang ready in case he wants to throw it from middle. He's actually just got it held inside of the A-bomb side, but I guess they're going to give up on that. Nico's saying no thanks.
He was hoping they were going to take it fast, listening for the footsteps, and you can kind of take advantage of how fast-paced Mouseports is with that pop flash over, but opportunity didn't present itself, so they just call things off.
And we're just talking about the passive defense on A, but now look at how far up they are. So you love to see that variety in Faze, because that's something that can really do a lot.
Well, especially we'll see what they do with Rain now, pushing down A ramp, and he's really clearing things out towards that side of the map, so he's going to pass along the information, and we'll see if there's any adjustment. Wow. Neo now pushing up in towards Palace as well. Nico only has to watch connector. Rain's going to get a flank, but Rob's coming back with a bomb to check for it.
And he's going to be late for the check now. They are having a bit of a fight, and Rain actually will take down Robs. That's the bomb now dropped really far back. What a beautiful beginning here for Rain. This is such a nice variety in that A defense, and it happens at just the perfect time. Kerrigan's managed to sneak his way in, but is that going to be enough to build a round off of?
Oh my god, he's like flanking the flankers. This is insanity. He's actually clearing out the A bomb site, so they know they have Rain aggressive. There goes Nico. Frozen's going to fall next, but this is all on Kerrigan. That's a huge kill. Neo is still waiting in Palace, and he's the safety net. They've never cleared this out, and I wonder if they're even going to consider it to be an option.
But he only has the MP9. Oh, this is not going to be easy. If he stops the bomb plant, that's going to be obviously huge. With 20 seconds left, making the jump down there. He sees one at range, and he's going to go straight for Woxic. That's so smart. Don't want to be fighting multiple people with that SMG. Now 10 seconds left, and there's all of my long range. The Molotov down in front. Oh my god. They've got no chance any longer. Kerrigan, there's no time to do this. That is almost bringing it back.
I don't know if that was... Oh, and after the time as well. So
wow.
I don't know if that was like designed by Neo to kind of obviously not work out that perfectly, but I think the reason why it's so effective is because if you have someone on the defense pushing a ramp, right, you normally rotate, everyone shifts over one, right?
Yep.
So there's usually not a second player also pushed up in Palace, and I think that's kind of the way that Mousesports read the situation. For Neo to still be there is crazy.
That was Mr. Cool having a moment, wasn't it? He's frustrated, then laughing.
Cool, not too cool.
Well, I mean, he was laughing afterwards. Is that like a sign of insanity?
I think so. That was my next thing. He's finally lost it.
Not the best Molotov we've seen yet, but the follow-up shot with the AWP was just fine. Good job on Neo.
Yeah, I like that they have him with the AWP over towards the B bomb site, and also that the fact that can't get away, Kerrigan. Also the fact now that Mousesports knows it, so an op can be posted up in that B bomb site. You allow a lot more flexibility for how Olaf wants to play different scenarios.
So one of my favorite spots to hold on any map is on that truck over at B with the AWP. Not because it's a great spot to be in, but just because when you do get a kill on people, they fall into the sofa behind. And it's...
Oh yeah, you really like the ragdolls. Oh, wow!
Alright. That's cool.
That's awesome.
No, it's literally cool, Mr.
That's 2 now.
How has he got the last name Cool and not used this for a nickname? How's that possible?
That's actually a really good point. That's good interview material.
Yeah, that's the reason they don't let me do the interviews, actually. Robs and Chris, though, 2-on-4. Hoping for a bomb plant, maybe hoping for more than that, but it's going to be tricky. They've given up that Krieg to the CT side, and as a rule, you just want to try and avoid doing that, because it's just absolutely devastating taking in someone holding a corner with a Krieg. Apparently not, though.
Oh, God, that is not what you want to see. Not what you want to see at all. It goes from bad to worse. 2 players down, Molotov to the wrong spot. Chris J planting inside the smoke. Nico trying to pass what information he has on the Rain, and everyone is falling. I don't know how FaZe is giving up this round.
I don't think anybody knows at this point. I mean, part of the reason the fact that Chris has got some great kills, but obviously a huge opening being presented. All of Meister should have had probably both those, at least one of them, but then it all falls apart. And now Nico in a 1 versus 2. Bomb slowly ticking in front, and he's going to get shut down. That's an absolutely insane turnaround in this round for Mousesports. There's going to be a lot of discussion around that. I'm guessing some people probably not happy about that from FaZe point of view.
No, not at all. Can't forget as well, beautiful shot from Rops with that scout from Catwalk all the way onto Guardian, dropping off of the ticket booth. This all started off so well for FaZe, and then it was just all Rops and Chris J from there. Obviously, those botched kills from Olaf, that's really rough. Yeah, those are ones. And
that was a headshot.
I have to imagine that he just like turned that corner because he's obviously staring into the wall, so he doesn't really have the information of who's where, exactly what angle he's going to take the fight. And I'm assuming in that 1 split second, his brain just could not pick one target.
I've actually found that to be a problem. Sometimes when I see like new up-and-coming players, that's actually one of the ways in which I judge people, is if they have multiple targets, are they able to commit to just one, or do they sort of prematurely try and switch to the second one? And I don't know if that's a skill that you can actually practice easily. I would almost say that's just like a brain wiring thing. But there are some people that are really good at it, and a lot of the times it does make more sense to just definitely confirm 1 kill, and then even if you die, it's like that's still pretty good. Whereas getting 2 people to 50 health is not that great.
Well, Neo's going to go away from the AWP at the B-bomb site. Olaf's got one, though, as he comes back to the B-bomb site. Again, no real information for FaZe in middle as Chris J and Frozen come from the underpass. Late peek from Nico in window, though. He's got to be careful, but he spots the boost. Perfect timing on that.
Yeah, it really was. Kerrigan trying to make it out here. Neo looking right over the smoke. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's got some backup in here as well. And close range, actually the gun barrel right into the face of Robs, but again, the headshot not going to be enough, and I don't know. That seemed like that could have made a huge difference if he could have got that kill.
He needed that kill on Kerrigan. Once Kerrigan gets out onto that platform, it's just such a dangerous angle, and you can see Olaf with the AWP doesn't even really get a chance to do much. He goes down without a fight, and there goes Nico. Woxic picks him off.
Could he see the gun barrel the whole time, Woxic? I kind of almost want to know if that's why he was just waiting.
Well, FaZe is out of money now.
They are. Guardian's
going to have this op. Rain has 1900, but what are you going to invest around the AWP is the question. And this has got to be extra hurtful for FaZe when you consider this all started from losing a 2-on-4.
Yeah.
Christian and Rops over in the B halls in the previous round, and now they win this one, and now you're out of money. So, I mean, that 2-on-4 almost turns into possibly 3 rounds for the price of 1, in a way.
Yes, it's just a small mistake, right? But
small mistake, big consequences.
Some would say, you know, mistakes are as big as their consequences in that sense. You know, sort of a pragmatic, you know, approach to that. Could throw in a little bit of philosophy here in the middle of it.
Yeah, you've blown my mind, really.
I would love it if they have just the orb in window and everybody else rushing middle in this round. Just have him as cover fire, because this orb is the only thing that could really sort of make a difference, right? Oh, okay, this is still cool. They're trying to really build something behind this. This is a very cool idea.
Yeah, but they've already passed. This is a big gamble. Guardian putting a lot of faith in his flicks, which we know have been spectacular at times. He hasn't really had too much of an impact with the AWP in this game so far. Olaf at 14 kills, Rain at 12 for the FaZe side of things. Guardian's down at 5 with Nico.
He's at least in the right part of the map, Guardian. That is, I mean, that could make a big difference. But that first kill, when they turn the corner, that has to be Guardians, like right away. If he misses that and they get the smokes off and they get to run into the bomb side, I think that's probably going to be a round for Mouseports. So it's going to have to be really quick here. Oh, and now he's rotated quite far away, just as we were praising that.
Well, we'll see what Nico's got. Only a USP inside of the bomb site, so chances are probably not a whole lot, but Guardian's here now. With that op, it can do damage at range. There's the dink, but yeah, that USP just can't clean him up fast enough, and that's frustrating. But now it's Guardian's turn to get involved. First kill onto Kerrigan. Doesn't have to worry about anyone in Palace, but he does have to worry about Rops inside the site. Flashbangs in utility towards CT spawn. And Mousesports slowly finding themselves an advantage, and now Woxic holding the angle, and he gets the follow-up. Guardian couldn't even see it.
Yeah, and also very hard for them to even really defend Guardian. Like, if they were going to rush that CT spawn area, how is he going to be defended by USPs? Olafmeister picking up the AWP. Looked like he wanted to run away, but maybe he's not actually sure if that's possible. They are going to be all around, and they obviously know the value of the weapon that he's holding, so try and see if they can take that away so they don't have to face it the next round. Olaf really boxed in. Woxic finally going to be going down. He's doing an incredible job right now in defending this weapon, but ultimately they get a cut for him. He still picks up the kill. This is kind of unbelievable.
He's got Frozen coming from behind though, and that's going to be the end of it.
I mean, it's all worth it for Mouseports. They're going to be happy losing all those players and getting the round. But it looked like he was about to do it. 7-6 now, and things are getting a bit too uncomfortable. If they can finish 9-6 here, FaZe, I think that's still pretty good. Then they're going to be alright with it, but
that's what's so frustrating about that 4-on-2 that they lost. I mean, at that point, they were up, what, 7-3? That could have been 8-3 and a solid lead, and now you're staring at 7-6 and a very, very close game.
Yeah. Not what they were hoping for. Not what anybody was hoping for.
Oh, look at this fast pace from Kerrigan, using the smoke to run all the way up catwalk. He's beating the defense, and Olaf is blind. Are they going to be ready for this? 2 players there. Good kill from Rain. There's actually 3 players defending this B bomb site. They must hold on to this. Rain with the double kill. There's Nico as well from window room. He's helping them out in a big way, and another 4-on-2 and 1 they certainly cannot drop.
What a time to have 3 defenders at the B bomb site. You have to wonder about that. Nico does go down. That was actually Woxic picking up that kill. And this is where, again, FaZe, you got the 2-on-4. You have to be winning this. If you don't pick up this round, then that is actually just gifting Mouseports way too much of a chance here in the first half.
And Neo's in a position where, I mean, this is a scenario where they could actually, if they check this and kill him, he's got no chance. There's no teammate who can help him. There's no one there for a trade kill. So, I mean, this could quickly turn into a 2-on-2 in a tough scenario. Rain's coming back now to provide that assistance. He's got plenty of utility as well. Yo, looking for information. He's found it. That's the bomb. That's the first kill and the follow-up onto Rop. Snaps over to the head. And chalk one more on the board for FaZe. Up 2 rounds, 8-6.
Oh, I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
Well, they picked up the second AWP. That's great news. But he tried to throw the Krieg over to Rain, and he kept the AK-47. Get the Krieg on the CT side.
I admire that.
Yeah? You're a purist in that sense?
No, I just admire that FaZe is like, nah, we'll just play with a handicap.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Trying to make it interesting. I don't know. I do feel like we've seen some... If you're scoped up at like long range, holding an angle on CT side, it's just so ridiculous.
Well, remember as well, this is the map where a lot of players was like, this is one of the most OP spots for the Augs and the Kriegs, is watching Catwalk from like Van or from the bomb site with a scoped-in weapon.
Voxic trying to flex a bit over at the B-bomb site. We saw Chris try to do it earlier, to getting into that position early on and hoping that somebody makes a mistake. Kerrigan sneaking up through connector. Another theme that we've seen earlier now being revisited here by the Mouseports captain. And he got in really deep last time and that almost won them the round. We'll see if we can do it again. Making a bit of noise behind one of the grenades being thrown there. Now they're in window. They've actually got so much map control right now. This is a big problem for Faze. They're not even afraid to show it. They're just signaling, yep, we're here and we're going to try and see if we can get it done. Nico forward immediately, and if they can't hold the CT spawn, that's going to be a huge problem. Guardian now alone to defend it. And the bomb right in front. That's going to be frozen going down, and good job on Guardian. He needs to do even more, though.
It's just a weird round. Nico in that closet or the cubby, and he's got no backup. Every two players in CT spawn, you have all the information. You hear Kerrigan running up towards window room, towards jungle, and no one peeks for it. Guardian now jumps up on the box for kill on the Rops.
And he's waiting, using all the bombs going to be going down, but it doesn't even matter. The double orb working out beautifully. Guardian with some amazing kills, especially that, I mean, the last one. Just, he heard the spray and he was like, you know what, if you're going to try and shoot through the box or the smoke or whatever, I'm just going to try and challenge you head on.
Come right back at you. Nah, that's well done. 3 kills for Guardian that final round. It's a 9-6 lead for Faze. It could have been better, but for a few dropped rounds off mistakes. Either way, we're going to go to halftime. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion on Mirage.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Berlin Major with Mouseports versus Hunter's Cousins team. And so far it's been a wild ride, hasn't it?
It has been a wild ride. I got nothing. You blanked my mind with that one. Yeah. Nice shots from Guardian at the end. Took him a while to get heated up with that op. They're definitely going to want that on the T side. They can get his hands in and have a good performance. They could use it. I mean, this is a 9-6 lead for Faze. I think they had a really, really good CT side, which is deceptive because of the score. I just think that 1 4-on-2
was rough.
Hurts so much. And it hurts me mentally to be able to say Faze had a good CT side because they did, but it wasn't for that one round.
Could have been like 11-4 or something, right?
Yeah.
Just because you talked about Nico being out of the question as like one of the best in the world at the moment. What if we started referring to him just as Hunter's cousin? You think that would put him over the edge? You'd be like, listen, you guys.
Let's find out. I'm in. Let's roll the dice, baby.
Oh, man. All right. Round number 16, second half coming up here, and I mean this pistol round could decide a fair bit. I think especially for Mouseports, they win this one, they get right back into the swing. See if they can take down Rain though. Nico's got the P250, and actually Olofmeister's got one too. So they've left Rain with a Glock. I'm slightly opposed to that, but we'll see how it works out. Then try and set up for this A attack. They've already smoked off jungle and connector so far, so that's working out really well for them. A long time for Robs to be finding that kill and not connecting with any of those bullets, so this is working out fantastically for Faze at the moment.
Yeah, he had about like 3 fights that he'd love to take with that USP, couldn't connect any of it. There's Woxic, and now Guardian's position. He needs to get aggressive before that smoke fades, and he needs to find it. Woxic's got 2, and it's a struggle. He does find it at the end, but Kerrigan, an immediate trade, and now a one-man advantage.
I don't know where those bullets went from the Glock, but somehow Woxic just danced around them, and that's going to be a beautiful retake here. I feel like they had all the chances. They had the bomb down, they had the opening kill, they had the forward position towards jungle to be able to sort of to get the Glock in. I mean, it was all set up nicely.
That's the thing. If Guardian gets that kill quicker,
yeah,
that's the one. If he finds that kill in like the first, maybe 10 instead of 15 bullets or whatever it took,
yeah,
he's able to get into some safety. But unfortunately, as soon as he finds the kill, he's traded right off the bat. Everyone kind of taking that challenge. Nice round from Woxic, holding the line very well.
Yeah, that was actually way better than I was expecting even. I mean, the first shot on Rain was crazy. All right, Mouseports winning the pistol on the second half. That will absolutely make a difference here.
I have a small timeout, I believe, Tech.
A small tech timeout. That's fine. We'll take him early on, especially if they happen after a round has been played. Definitely much prefer that. How's your trip here? We didn't get to talk. All of these rounds start so quickly. There's no time to talk about anything, Moses. But you came in obviously from the US. You have a good trip here. No problems. No issues.
No major stresses. Just a lot of very small ones. Flight delay out of the first airport. Flight delay out of the. So I was in Detroit waiting to board my plane.
Right.
And they make this announcement. There was like a 1.5 hour delay. Apparently they boarded someone. I don't know how this happens. But they boarded someone from the wrong flight onto the plane. Someone was like going to Tokyo instead of Amsterdam, which is where we were headed.
Yeah.
And they boarded the plane with like a Tokyo boarding pass. So when they figured it out, they had to deboard the plane, and then they had to bring security back in to re-clear the airplane. Because they have to clear it every single time before people get on.
Wow.
So yeah. that was fun, and I was just like, you guys have all these fancy like facial recognition, like futuristic,
Yeah. But just again, QR codes, like, surely... So yeah, so once the first flight's delayed, you look at your connection time on the second one, you're like, I'm done.
which was fine. And then I landed in Amsterdam, and because of the delays, missed my connection to Berlin. Had to wait like an extra 1.5 hours in Amsterdam, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Amsterdam's got a very nice airport.
It does have a very nice airport. I agree.
Much better than Berlin Tegel.
Yeah,
much better than Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah, the other Berlin airport is also bad.
Is it? I've never been to that one.
That was the one I flew to, and it was still not good. So I don't know what's happened, but yeah, Amsterdam's got it going on.
And my luggage was the very last bag to come out as well, which is very frustrating.
You have to wait forever and ever, yeah.
And then you get that stress of, they lost my bag and everything.
That's only happened to me once.
I have a priority tag because of my status as well. Oh. That's like my bag is supposed to be in the first batch.
And they
apparently didn't pay attention to that rule.
You should write a complaint, being one of those people. Listen, dear customer management person, I
just want you to know,
terrible time.
I have a priority tag in my bag and it came out last, so this is an issue.
Oh man, that would be good. That'd be a good thing to complain about.
Give them like the, do you know who I am?
Do you even know?
And then they'd respond and say, nope, no idea.
No, not at all. Well, we're just waiting for the tech issue to be sorted, and then we should be good to get back into the game. 9-7 currently, with Mouseports winning the second half pistol. And I don't know, that again, I think this has been a sort of a fairly open game all the way through. So I don't know exactly what that means. I'll say this, I mean, I'm interested to see, because we saw like a bit more, I don't know if it's risk-taking, but a bit more of a loose style of Faze on the defense. And I would love it to see more more of the Faze players taking some early aim challenges now that they're on the T side. That's one of the things that makes this team so much fun to watch. So I'd love to get some of that in there.
Well, that's, for me, the T side is really where I want to see some improvement out of Faze, because I think that's the area where, if you look at kind of how Faze have not been meeting expectations in the past year, I think a lot of it stems from the T side. I think too often we just look at the minimap and you just see the Faze players just frozen. No one really like doing much. They're just staying in their position and waiting for something to happen, and that's not the kind of players that these Faze guys are. They're all guys that make things happen, which is so wild when you see their T-sides just fall flat, because you're like, how is this possible? They have so many people who can just create something from nothing.
And it's also, if you are going to get rid of someone like Kerrigan, then, especially now that you're then playing him, like, you're not going to be able to match that level of mid-round decision-making, I think. That's going to be, like, that requires